I actually have yet to talk about the video of the fight on my channel. And I've talked about it on Instagram. Don't go follow my Instagram, it's cursed. And the fight was between me and Caden. It happened on Monday, the week before school came out. Now on Saturday, the week before the week that school went out, on Saturday, like this is a while ago too, it's like a month or two, and me, Caden, and Tyler were at the boat. The boat, if you're local, you know what the boat is. But the boat, for those who don't know, is a elementary school play. It's on the playground of the pre-K. And it's just a boat. It's a wooden boat with a pole in the middle. And you can climb up, climb down the pole. It's really cool. There's swings next to it. That's about it. We like to hang out there because we're immature. And it's just, our mental age is just attracted to it. But so Caden drinks Diet Mountain Dew. I actually have the same bottle that he got mad over. And so he's talking to his mom, who just pulled up to the boat, or to the playground, which has a fence around it. And so, you know, they're talking. I didn't actually hear the conversation, but it's just, it was me and Tyler then grabbed his Diet Mountain Dew and started running around throwing it to each other, you know. And so I was like, Tyler, go long. And I spiraled it at, like, better than I could spiral a football. Like, the best throw of my life, hands down. And so I spiral it, and it goes way further than I was expecting, because I don't throw off. I'm actually pretty good. I don't throw accurately, but I can throw pretty far and pretty fast. And so I threw it, and it busted on the concrete. You may have noticed the crack here. It spilled everywhere. And then Caden finishes talking with his mom. His mom pulls off. I don't know what the point of her coming over was. I didn't hear the conversation again. And so he comes over and he's like, I hate you guys. Why you guys always do this? I hate you guys. And it's funny because he's like 5'4". So he's really short. And so he's a wrestler. He's not really a puncher. He's not really good at punching. And there's a mound way out in a field that's also technically the second grader playground that we, you know, go to, and then we're on top of it, and Caden, like, pulls up on his $1,000 bicycle, and the wheel pops off of his $1,000 bicycle, the front wheel, and he's like, oh, I hate you guys, you know, Nick Avocado, and he's like, to his passenger headrest in his car. It's like that, but much, much shorter and a lot less fight. He's pretty skinny, not gonna lie. And but it's pretty funny. We were laughing. We kept throwing the Mountain Dew bottle, the Diet Mountain Dew bottle. I should stop being friends with him once I learned that he was drinking this trash. Anyway, this is like $1.50 down at the dollar store, gas station. I could go pick one up with quarters that I just have laying around my room. And so they're cheap, is what I'm trying to say. And so we go down to the basketball court, running away from Caden while he tries to put his bike back together. You know, we're throwing it, and then he takes his wheel back off. He uses a weapon. And he's like, if you throw that Diet Mountain Dew bottle at me, I swear to God. He doesn't actually talk like that, but it's pretty funny to imagine him talking like that. I swear to God, I'll throw this bicycle wheel at you so hard you'll die. And I was like, okay. And I just threw it at him. And then since he's like 5'4", he's actually around 5'2" when this happened. And he throws it. And it goes like 2 feet and then starts spinning in a circle, and then, you know, just kind of like win a coin, and it just flops. And I'm like, oh no. I start making fun of him because it's hilarious. 'Cause I at this point I still thought it was a joke. And so he goes over to the second grader playground where the actual, where to actually play. Like where the slides and swings and stuff are, and he like fixing up his bike. And so there's a place called Charmed that's like past 2 barbed wire fences. You just passed a field, it's not private property, it's just a field. We have no idea what it's there. But so we wait, because Caden was like, oh, hey, let's go over to Caleb's, who is in Charmed. And so Caleb is, waiting for us there, and then Caden wanted us to help him throw his bike over the barbed wire. And so we just went without him, because we were like, okay, let's do the opposite of what he says to make him extra mad. And it was funny. It was really funny until we were at the second barbed wire fence, and then we see him trying to hook his bicycle over this barbed wire fence that's like up to here on him. It's hilarious. It's very funny. We're laughing, we're running. We go over to Caleb's and they're like, hey, you want to play basketball? And he's like, yeah. And so we run from Caden, we run around all like Charmed and Charmed 2. There's 2 Charms. They're right next to each other, little U-shaped neighborhoods. Pretty nice. I lived there for like a year or 2. They have hardwood floors, which is what I really like in a house. Like genuine hardwood, not like panels that you put on the floor. But he has a nice house. He has a really nice house in Charmed, and it's right next to the basketball court. So, once Caden catches, when a girl, I don't know how often this happens to other people, but since I'm a really cool dude, when a girl is like playfully like flirting with you, and she's like, "Oh, you're so funny," like playfully punching your arm. That's harder than Caden's actual punches. And it is really funny because he's like, once he actually catches us, he does his little grab around your neck, and I'm like, chokeholds are legal. And then I'm like, I get him off me because his bones are like that thick. And then we go play basketball. We have a 2v2. Me and Tyler versus Caden and Caleb. Caden and Caleb are extremely competitive and athletic. I'm competitive. I'm not that athletic. I do work out, just not as often as I really should. And then Tyler's pretty chubby. He's not athletic whatsoever. He played football for like 3 years, but that was in like 3rd grade. He stopped in 3rd grade. And so afterwards, after I absolutely dumpstered them, basically a 1v2. I have a medal for basketball. Hold on. Best defender. I was the best defender on my team. On my team of like 6 people, because nobody plays Parks and Rec's basketball. Really, you should. You should play Parks and Rec basketball. Don't play for your school. Your school's garbage. I'm just saying that because they kicked me out. They kicked me out for bad grades and the fact that I never did anything. But I love Parks and Rec basketball, but, and then he body slams me, and I screams obscenities at me. And then oh, you actually want to go? And then we have a mini fight. I body slam him. I punch him a little bit. And then, that's it. Then we do another 2v2. And then we get dumpstered. I think it was me and Caleb. No, it was the next day that I got dumpstered. It was me and Caleb, and then I dumpstered Tyler and Kate. But then Saturday, me, Ethan, Caden, and Tyler were in a chat. And Snapchat. And then we were, talking crap about Caden because it's hilarious. And he's like, my grandpa is 86. He fought in both world wars. And so we're like, that's not humanly possible. Those things, like, if he was 84 years old, he could not have even possibly been in World War I. World War II, maybe. And then he's like, I never said World Wars. I meant Korean War. What? You said both World Wars, and then you say Korean War. And so, he said, I didn't say World Wars, so we pull up a screenshot of him saying both World Wars. And he's like, shut up, Ronnie. You want to fight? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of genuinely want to. And so we set rules, no wrestling moves. And then he does wrestling moves because he says that it's MMA. And then, because he definitely knows MMA. And so then he proceeds to say, I'll knock you out in one punch. You won't, but okay. That's what I said. And so this was on Sunday, and then Monday, the day of the fight, we gotta, go to school first, of course. I'm not a barbarian, homunculoid. And, so school's done, and then we walk to the Parks and Rec baseball, field. That's where our fight's gonna be. And since everything's being closed down because the coronavirus was kind of a thing, and Parks and Rec was closing down, but school wasn't, or at least the sports were. And then, so we're out there, and Caden's following us, like 300, 400 feet behind us. And he's just watching us, and then he's following us, and then we get there, and then he's there, and then we set rules, and then I'm like, man, you really got mad over Diet Mountain Dew. This bottle right here. I didn't have this bottle at the time. I went and got it later that night. And so we fight. He gets me on the ground, right? Using wrestling moves. And, he dislocates his pinky on my ear. Don't ask me how. And so because he's so weak, I'm like, wanna run that by me again? Wanna run that by me again? And so he's like checking his hand like, oh. And so he's getting mad. And then, so I go up to him and I throw a really bad right hook. It was really too out far, and I didn't have much power behind it. So he ducks, and then I do this. I go up with my left arm directly into his nose. And, that makes him, kind of back off a little bit. And then he's coming back in, and then, I'm like, stop it, bro. And then I, scoot in, and he backs up, oh, my God. Yeah. I didn't have a scratch on me at this point. I just had some, grass on my back. And he then is getting up on me, and then his nose is bleeding. Oh, let me go get my jacket. The jacket that I was wearing at the time, where is it? I don't know where it is, but he got blood on my jacket. He got nose period blood on my jacket. Ow. Why did that hurt? I'm gonna just cut myself in the Mountain Dew bottle, but it's, I got mad at him for doing that, and then, so he's his head is right here, and he has his arms, around me, and he's he's trying to kick out my leg, my legs are here, and his leg is coming over here, and he's, trying to kick out this leg, but, I'm not letting him, because he's super weak, and I'm, 3 weight classes above him. And so I'm like, opportunity into his face. Just right here. And then, his nose is bleeding profusely all over his face. I was laughing at him. He got blood on my jacket still. I was really mad about that, genuinely, because it's a denim jacket. Where is it? Anyways. But that's the fight. That was the entire fight. I threw 2 punches, and then he backs off, and he goes back home to cry to his mom. And then he's like, oh yeah? Rematch me, this time with wrestling moves. And I'm like, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. And then every time we try and schedule, a fight, he's always like, "It's my birthday." So, apparently he's like 46. Yeah, it's insane how many times his birthday has been this month even. I keep trying to get him to actually rematch me because it was his idea. Therefore, he should own up to his idea. Just saying, that's kind of how that works. Take credit for your ideas. And he just dodges me 24/7. It's hilarious. It's actually really funny talking to him. He said that he has a job even though he's 15 and actually turned 15 like a few days ago, like his actual birthday. And no way he got a job. He looks like he goes to pre-K. No way in HE double hockey sticks. Heck, that was cringe. But I got my medal here for best defender because I'm a G. It was cool. It was really cool. It was actually really cool to fight someone for the first time. The feeling once you connect to their face, it's really satisfying. It's really nice. That's the video.